Hello, everybody. Welcome to Intimate Cello. This is our live stream number 5 themed sacred geometry. Welcome to Intimate Cello. If this is your first time to our live streams, I'm delighted to share this moment with you. Intimate Cello is an experience. It's a sound bath experience in 432 hertz. And as many of you know, sound bath is a beautiful experience, usually facilitated by bowls, by very special, beautiful crystal bowls or different kind of bowls as an instrument. And is more something that's referred to like in the percussive world. However, I resonate with sound bath because we're bathing in a frequency which is 432 hertz. This is what is known as the harmonic intonation of nature. And basically, it is the heartbeat of the earth. Some people are very interested in studying this because we are finding incredible things about the use of this frequency that's been around for decades. In fact, you can find in the ruins of Egypt, of ancient Egypt, you can find not only instruments that were tuned in 432 hertz, you'll also find different geometrical arrangements in the ancient sites. And what does this mean? Why is it related to sacred geometry, which is our theme today? Well, it's related because this is natural. These are natural patterns. This is the power of nature. We're experiencing something so epic and so powerful, and it's been known. It's nothing really new. However, we have been a little bit conditioned. A little bit is like, I'm trying to be, kind of, I guess, humoristic about it. But this is not really a topic to laugh at. It's a topic to study and investigate. It's an invitation because I feel that somehow the ability to connect between the two hemispheres of the brain is much easier with 432 hertz than with 440 hertz. Because 432 hertz does in fact encourage the synchronicity between the two brain hemispheres. And basically, because of that, it increases intuition, increases your insight, your creativity. And that actually shows that it activates the right brain. It activates the right brain in a sense that it brings us to our space of grace. I read a lot recently about 432 hertz and what activities activate the right brain and how is it related to 432 hertz? Because I really feel so called to understand this because I am very intuitive. And so I feel like I have a lot of internal knowledge as I tend to feel that the right brain hemisphere is more about the authority of the self. So it's an internal authority as opposed to the left brain, which is more of a external authority. And because of that, I tend to just choose to trust myself. But there's a lot of studies that were done in this area, and it's known, it's basically discussed that the activities that help you tap into the right brain are either playing a musical instrument or utilizing your left brain, which is your left hand, whichever is not your strength. Because when you utilize the hand, that's not really your forte, your first. You activate the right side of the brain. Most people are right-handed. Those who are left-handed are blessed because they are very much activating the right brain. And so, as a cellist, you know, I use this hand a lot, play a musical instrument, and meditation is one of the ways to activate the right brain. Why is it so important to activate the right brain, and how is it connected to our live stream? So, because this is a sound bath in 432 hertz, part of this experience is basically educational, and it's the experience that comes with music. So we're going to have, when I facilitate this in person in front of an audience of one, two, or in groups. And when I do that, there's an order to the experience. And so we start with a little introduction, a little music, and then there's a little bit of an explanation, which is what I just did. Then we move to the next piece, which is going to bring us deeper into the sound. It's going to bring us deeper into the physical experience. And we're going to have another discussion afterwards. Then I like to present two more pieces back to back to go really deep and discuss that. And then there's one final piece, and we're basically wrap it up. And as this experience moving, as it's naturally progressing, there is a deepening, which I basically am introducing in each and every live stream. So we're going to go into the first official piece that's going to be themed, not themed, sorry, it's going to be influenced and inspired by the theme of today, which is sacred geometry. So this is the point in the experience what I like to bring up to the audience. If this was to happen in a live situation, I'd love to get some feedback if you're experiencing this. Where are you experiencing this from? Can you tell? And what are you experiencing? Even though we don't always have to talk, we don't have to word the experience, it's not necessary. But there is something beautiful in for me, this is just my own experience, is that I really I enjoy digging into my experiences in life. And I find that Intimate Cello is like a platform. It's the kind of platform that I've always dreamed to have, honestly, because as a performer, it's fun for me to connect with my audience really intimately. And so you get to witness the art, you get to witness an art of improvisation. I'm not sure that I have mentioned that earlier, but this is all improvised. So I compose on the spot, which is actually a right brain activity because it's all coming in the moment. And it's fun for me. It's terrifyingly fun. And so this is a really exposed art, therefore it's very intimate. And I love playing in 432 because I feel ignited by it somehow. And I'm just curious, what is your experience with it? Are you feeling it in your body? Is it inviting you? Is it so? This is what I'm learning from my own experience, is that I get a lot of ideas and a lot of downloads, and it's all happening in itself. So basically, we're bringing a right brain art with a right brain frequency activation, and the rest happens by itself. So the facilitation of this experience is basically, it's just bringing it, and then we can talk about the magic if you feel called to share. I think that journaling is really helpful for this experience, so I love to invite you for the next two pieces. First of all, if you feel called to lay down and get comfortable and close your eyes or put your eye mask on, please feel free to do that if that calls you. There's also an invitation for journaling, and just in general, like, take the time to go within and just experience. It's an invitation for experiencing on a deeper level and enjoying the process. So we're going to go into the next two pieces back to back, and then we'll continue with some more inspirational material. Is there any sound in the background? I just want to make sure that everything sounds good because I'm hearing some funny sounds. No. Okay, I guess it's all good. Okay, we'll continue with the next couple of pieces. Thank you. Thank you so much for being here with me in this live stream. It's always a fun experiment where nothing is rehearsed, nothing is planned, and yet it always just works out. Just like in life. There's a really big message behind what I do, which is the really message of trust and unconditional love, where I'm experiencing it and sharing it with you and enjoying it. And it's so much more than just a message of music, because, of course, again, everyone can take this however they want and need, and this is the beauty of it. For me, I just love sharing it really intimately, and so I bring the aspect of, the intuition, and I find that sharing it and really sharing from within me in an authentic way, just like how I am. this is me. Is the most fulfilling, and so you're witnessing a very fulfilling art for me. I mean, it's terrifying, but and I keep saying that word because I'm classically trained. Being classically trained, we have been like taught to really be very mindful, very, very mindful of our performance, and yet I found a way to enjoy it and not be terrified of it, which is really what this is about. So I want to tell you a little bit more about my background, so you can connect it also to other things that I have out in the world. Right now, I'm basically my passion is to be a full-time musician, which is what I am. And I tremendously enjoy the journey of composing. So I compose music on the spot, I improvise, and I have experienced a lot. And as far as performing worldwide, I've toured quite a bit, and I've had, you can check out on my Linktree page, which is basically it's a page where you have lots of different aspects of what I do. You can see my history, my performance history, my production history. I'm also a producer. There's music that you can find on Bandcamp that I produce and share, and particularly Bandcamp because it's exclusively in 432 hertz. Music that I've published in the past can be found in the usual routes like iTunes, Spotify, etc., right? YouTube in 440. However, when I got exposed to 432, I all of a sudden just thought to myself, well, let's have a fun experience with that, and let's actually experience what it's like to listen to everything that I've released and produced so far in 440. What would it be like if I actually took the time to listen to each and every piece processed into 432 hertz? Audacity is a wonderful app. I recommend all of my musician friends and not just musician friends, music lovers who love music that is most likely released and published in 440, to experience what it's like to take the same piece of music, process it through through Audacity to 432 hertz. It's the process is somewhat I wouldn't say complicated, but you definitely would want to check it out online. I'm not going to teach it here because this is not my focus, but I want to encourage you, if you wanted to connect with me, you can most likely feel free to ask me if you have the intention to do that, experience in your body what it's like to listen to the same piece in two different tuning systems, and what does it feel like, and are you conscious of how it feels? I was conscious that I could hear more details in 432 hertz, so I decided I was going to share the music that I released and processed through 432 hertz and really enjoyed hearing and feeling more. I was just digging in more. So I decided to publish it on Bandcamp. So you can check out, that's my live store. And when you go to Bandcamp, you really support me, because this is a really beautiful platform for independent musicians to share their music. And it's not, very uptight. You can sometimes even change some of the music that you have there. And you can subscribe on Bandcamp, which is where we're broadcasting right now. And being a subscriber also, you get certain perks, as far as like you can get all of my music that I've ever produced, and a really, really good deal. But it more than anything, it's just a beautiful platform to listen to music and to get to know the experience, in my case, of what it's like to listen to music in 432 hertz. And this is part of the invitation that I really want to encourage you to spend some time and see what are you gaining from doing that. I'm feeling really called to share this information with more people through my own work and through my studies and through my performance. So, definitely don't hesitate to check out my Linktree page. Also, you'll find the sessions that I offer with Intimate Cello. Intimate Cello, which is what we're doing today. This is a live stream of what an Intimate Cello session would be like to the community. You will also, you'll be able to bring this to your home if you like. You can facilitate this online. And what I'm really excited about is connecting with people intimately. I also do this on a one-on-one. You could do that in person and online. So it could be your special time online where you basically get serenade for yourself. It's your own concert, really. And I really love doing that because it feels very loving for me to play for one person. And you can enjoy that. It's a 90 minutes experience. And when we do that together, as a session and a one-on-one, we will get to know each other first, and we get to talk about matters of the heart. And the intention is really to connect through the music. So when I improvise, it's basically channeling. So I get into the vortex, and what you're witnessing, what you're watching, is the art of channeling. And it's also the art of presence and trust, which is like real presence requires a lot of, it requires being very mindful of your internal dialogue. And so, especially as a performer, I can tell you how massively different it is when there is the consciousness behind the presence. And so I get to share that with you in real time, because you can tell when I'm not really fully present. And that's actually kind of beautiful, because it's also very vulnerable. And I love sharing vulnerability. I think vulnerability is a strength. And I think I would love to invite more people to share their vulnerability through their creativity, and encourage others to actually to be happy with who they are. Because truly, like, we are meant to celebrate ourselves. We're meant to celebrate this body. We're meant to celebrate this life and its imperfections. And I want to encourage everybody that I meet to do that. And so I can do that through my art. And so this is my opportunity to share Intimate Cello with you this way. And so I'm really, really grateful to be here with you today and sharing this. And so we're going to tie this back to sacred geometry, and why did I want to tap into that today. So earlier on, I was kind of meditating on that, and I felt to myself that one of the activities that activates the right brain is actually putting all the dots together of your life, the dots, connecting everything, actually sitting with yourself and seeing how you've created everything in your life. And there's something to be said about the geometry of life, the geometry of our creation, of who we are right now, is as a result of the geometry that we have created consciously or unconsciously. But there is this beautiful experience of life, the sacred geometry of life, that I find really, I get very satisfied by the art of performance, where I get to experience and experiment with sounds in a visual way and feel it. It's like it's a very spacious experience, and it's very visual experience within me. And so today I wanted to really to bring sacred geometry to the forefront and also encourage you to connect the dots in your life. Work on that. It will help you activate the right side of your brain. And I think it's a wonderful way for us to really work with our brain and encourage our creativity. So, and because I'm really, really interested to study 432 Hertz history, and everything that I'm learning is showing that there is a tremendous connection between this frequency and all of these, geometrical arrangements and all of the ancient sites. And, there's so much that we are shown that it has been used and it has been serving humanity. And I think it's a beautiful, beautiful knowledge and beautiful experience to be shared, to continually be shared. And so this is the experience, and I'm really, really grateful to be here and share it with you. So we're going to go to our next piece, and I'm going to double check the time. Okay, we have about another half hour. So we'll do two more pieces back to back, and then I will end it with another connection. We'll tie all the dots together before we wrap it up, and we'll tie this to today, to what's going on today. Thank you. All right. Hope you're all doing well with this experience. I wanted to just mention a couple of things. So, if you were to like, if you wanted to know my musical influences, for example, and I feel like I'm always channeling stuff that is kind of like sitting in my processor in my brain from things that I really love. So music that I'm really called to listen to a lot is more like on the pop ambient side, trip hop-ish kind of air, more Chiba, and Radiohead, of course. Talking more on the musical, atmospheric, vibey stuff. There's so many. In fact, I could probably. I need to look through all the names so that it's fresh in my memory. But those are the three that really came to my mind as I was playing. And sometimes it just comes through, and I don't know what it's going to be until about, I don't know, a few minutes into the piece, because it's all happening through me. So I'm like, I'm not really in control. I'm just letting it go. I'm letting it come through. And then eventually I kind of know what's being formed, and then there's all this like beautiful you know, mental play of the memory of what I bring from what's in my storage, in my like I said, in my processor. And so yes, of course, I have classical memory from years and years of playing in orchestras and chamber music, from anywhere from baroque to modern music and early music. And then there is music that I listen to just as a music fan, anywhere from progressive rock to folk and psychedelic folk and ambient and just really kind of juicy and sort of like soundscapey, vibey kind of rock and trip hop. And there's so many, and of course I love reggae, and I love, man, there's so much music that I love and appreciate. And I also love more avant-garde stuff, like, you know, Philip Glass and Meredith Monk, and I love just very different types of stuff. I'm really kind of amazed. And of course, I love the Beatles, and I love, you know, really fun, fun and exciting music to listen to. But to wrap it up, I just wanted to really kind of connect all the dots together as far as sacred geometry and intimate cello, how it all ties together in with what I do. And this experience of sharing with you this art, which is very also, music is just like geometry. It's just like it's like you know, if you're familiar with Bach and his music, many researchers compared his counterpoint techniques to the most advanced architectures of our lives, and artists like Da Vinci and their precision in understanding the geometry of life, sacred geometry. And so this is very connected, you know, all of that is beautiful knowledge and beautiful tools that we can use. And so I'm just really grateful that I can share this with you and can introduce all these concepts for you. And yeah, I'm really calling for the audience that's listening to this to contact me and let me know how you're enjoying this experience. If you're on my Linktree page, you can join my mailing list where I will be sharing with you weekly of what I am up to and what I've been enjoying, the experiences that I'm having, videos, exclusive videos of performances that I'm giving, and also when the live streams are happening, so you can connect with me there. And yeah, I'm just really looking forward to more interactions and to really receive your authentic feedback. And this is about me serving you. It's about how can I really come closer to the audience. Besides just being a performer who loves to perform, I also really love to serve and to inspire and to get to know people on a deeper level. And so I'm calling for these experiences to come through effortlessly and easily. And I'm really grateful that we're having this beautiful experience today. I'm just checking the time. Looks like I'm doing well. The container of this experience is 90 minutes. I find it to be perfect time, perfect amount of time to really dive into the experience, for me to share, for you also in live situations to share what's coming through for you. What are you inspired by this experience? What are you feeling? And one really beautiful aspect that I'm feeling really inspired to share is that because the right brain is really where imagination is. And so if you want to imagine the reality on earth shifting, it starts from your own brain. It starts from yourself giving yourself permission to access your own right brain hemisphere. And I encourage you to really work with it and tap into your manifestation powers through the right brain. This is another reason why this is so important, I think, to bring this art to connect us to our power of intending what we want. And maybe some of the bigger changes won't happen in our lifetimes, but at least our children's lifetime will change, and we get to help to really shift the vibration. And because it's already happening on a cosmic level, we're changing to a new age. We get to witness what's going on, and we get to see how we are interacting with it, and how can we beautifully morph into this beautiful new frequency, new age, and new vibe, new feeling, new experience on earth. So I'm just really excited about that, and excited what might come from these discussions and what we can put together. See where our beautiful intentions can take us when we work together, co-create together through the right brain. And so, yeah, I just feel really, really grateful to share this, and I'm really happy to be sharing more. We're going to be doing our next live stream on the next Friday, which I believe, I'm not quite sure what the date is, but sorry, I'm going to be very silly, and I'm going to look. Okay, so it's going to be on the 20th of April at 7 p.m. This is going to be our 6th live stream, and we will continue with theming all of the live streams and connecting the dots, and help us to connect to the right brain, connect to our full synchronicity between those two hemispheres, and bring through that more intuition, more insights, and more creativity. And through that, we can also help our heart, our blood, because it relaxes us. It helps us to live at ease. I encourage you to read up on 432 Hertz, and, be open to experiment on yourself. And if you wanted to, listen to different music in 432 Hertz, feel free to check out everything that I produce in 432, and feel free to connect with me about your experience. I'm really, really curious to know what you're experiencing. This is my, I think, number one priority, is to connect with the audience and find out what are you experiencing deep down. So I think we are pretty good. About 2 minutes, but so I just want to say a big shout out to Manifestation Media, that's behind the scenes, helping so much with the facilitation of the live streams. And I'm really, really looking forward to the next week. We're going to have so many concerts coming up. Please check out on my Linktree also, you can see my upcoming shows in California. And lots of music coming out to be released. Lots of beautiful things are happening. Our first Intimate Cello concert in here in Sonoma County, facilitated here at Pen Grove, California, is going to be on the 27th. All the details you can find on my Linktree page. So please stay in tune, stay connected, and enjoy your experience with 432 hertz and with Intimate Cello. So thank you so much and have a wonderful, wonderful night.